The other story today, Brian Cashman's reaction to Alex Rodriguez announcing on Twitter that I'm coming back. And I wondered what the motivation was. Alex is a very selfish ball player, but you shouldn't be surprised. But, you know, the Yankees have empowered him by giving him $200 million. So he really, really thinks he's important. And I'm coming back to save the day. They didn't think I'd come back, and I'm coming back. And he joins Twitter to announce this. And we even get a picture of his doctor. Brian Cashman didn't greet that with open arms. When he was told, he said, you know, A-Rod should shut the F up. Bob Nightengale, the great USA Today baseball writer, writing about this today. Why did A-Rod update his health on Twitter?
You know, I think he was just excited, and that's the message he sent out this morning in a text message, is that excited about his rehab. And you hear that a lot from players. In this case, I think the Yankees aren't excited. I think the Yankees would rather have it say, I'm done, I can't play anymore. Let me collect my $114 million insurance.
Well, okay, what was more surprising, what A-Rod did or Brian Cashman's reaction?
Oh, much more Cash's reaction. I mean, nobody says that. I mean, he knew what he did. I think he went back to his box and says, hey, I just blasted Alex. But, yeah, I mean, I think he's just so frustrated by this guy that he's just losing complete composure. It's, George Steinbrenner-esque.
What is next here for this situation with A-Rod? Time frame for him back in the lineup?
He's looking at late July to come back. But granted, this is a serious injury he's coming back from, so they got to be careful. It's not like not like he can play 5-6 days in a row. I think he plays 2 days here, 1 day off. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, they need this guy.
Okay, privately, how much are the Yankees hoping that Major League Baseball acts on this biogenesis with A-Rod and suspensions are handed out?
They're probably sitting with Tony Bosch himself and providing some documents. But yeah, I mean, they'd love to have him suspended just to get out that recover some of that pay. If he gets suspended 50 days, they'll save him about $9 million there. But on the flip side, they need the guy.
I know.
If they want to make the playoffs, they need him.
I know. That's what I said. Like it or not, you need him. And to have him in that lineup and playing third base, what's Jeter's time frame here?
It's about the same time. And they don't mind Jeter talking about it. Yeah.
No, but Jeter would never do this.
No, he's very, very quiet. He won it. But the Yankees on Jeter's side talk about his rehab all the time. The Yankees never talk about A-Rod's rehab.
Talking to Bob Nightengale, USA Today baseball writer. Yeah, this whole A-Rod situation and how it's going to time out with Major League Baseball's investigation. I think there's a big fall coming up here for A-Rod and some of these guys involved in this. The question is, when does baseball hand out these suspensions? The weird part would be A-Rod comes back and then all of a sudden gets suspended. Is there anything in that contract? Let's say if he's lied to baseball, or is there any language in there that if he got kicked out of baseball, that the Yankees don't have to pay that guaranteed contract?
No, the only thing that would help them is if the hip blew out again, then they get the insurance money. Otherwise, I got no chance of recovering it.
Could you imagine if A-Rod gets hurt again, and all of a sudden the camera catches Brian Cashman applauding like this or cheering? Like he's blown out his hip, his career is done, and Cashman's on camera, yelling and screaming, cheering.
Right. Yeah, they'll announce that on Twitter and have pictures of everybody celebrating and popping champagne corks.
We had Don Mattingly on a couple of weeks ago with when Yasiel Puig came up, first week that he was up, and I asked Donnie, I said, how good? And he was like, oh, my gosh, this guy, I call him Missile, for the Cuban Missile. He's that good. But can baseball, I'm not saying bend rules, but are we going to look at adding Puig to the All-Star roster? If you want to have the best players, and this is also a TV show. I know World Series home field advantage is attached to this, but the odds of Puig making the All-Star team are what?
You know what's going to happen? I think he makes it not through MLB, but the fans. Remember last year people were jumping up and down about Bryce Harper?
Yep.
And Harper was in the fan vote. Did not get it with Chipper Jones, but Harper got on the team because more guys got hurt. I think the same thing with Puig. He'll be in that final vote with the two other guys, then the fans will vote him in.
How good do you think he is?
I mean, he's obviously not this good. A great raw talent, But he was this good. How come the Dodgers didn't have him up on opening day? I mean, he hit 545 in spring training. So the Dodgers are surprised about this as much as anybody.
But that's what I don't understand. You see that phenom in spring training, and we've all been there before where you're coming away. I remember watching Max Scherzer, and I go, good God, this guy throws cheese. And then all of a sudden he disappears, and now he's reappeared. But Puig, you saw raw ability in spring training. It just why wouldn't you start him on the roster if he was that good?
Yeah, I don't think they believe in him. I think they just thought, hey, this guy needs more seasoning. And even when they brought him up, it was like there was a big debate as far as, okay, do we bring him up or someone else? So they weren't even sure he'd be ready.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But what happens, and you've been covering this game for 30 years. If you're looking at going through the league one time or the league goes through you one time, that's when you find out just how good somebody is. The league does adjust to you, but I'm not sure what holes you see with Puig, but are we going to see, can he be a Mike Trout kind of guy or Bryce Harper kind of guy? Or is this a guy that we say, boy, that was a great flash in the pan here?
I think he can be like a Roel Mondesi type of guy, just a great talent and excellent ball player. But I don't think he's a Trout. I don't think he's even a Harper. Remember now, when the Dodgers got this guy, they paid him $42 million, and the Dodgers outbid everybody by a mile. And they were ridiculed and mocked for, I can't believe you just wasted your money on this guy. So everybody missed on him.
Good to visit with you, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Dan. Thank you.
Bob Nightengale, USA Today baseball writer. So Puig gets on because of the fan vote, or if there's injuries involved there. But I would love to see him play. Because you got to remember, Fox has treated this. This is a TV show. It is the All-Star game, but they want it to be a TV show as well, and you want people to watch.